Believe it or not, I am starting to run low on comments. What's going on? Are flat earthers and creationists starting to lose confidence? Or are the comments still there, but they're just slipping through the net? Who knows and who cares? Welcome to another comments video. Hello all and welcome along to another comments video with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we begin today, a huge thank you to the sponsors of this video today, Surfshark VPN. Surfshark is a VPN service that makes online privacy protection easy and attainable, encrypting all internet traffic sent to and from your devices and ensuring that the IP address you use remains hidden to make sure nobody can see what you do online. On top of that, they block ads, trackers, malware and phishing attempts, and unlike other VPN services, you can use it on as many devices as you like simultaneously. We all spend huge amounts of time on the internet in this day and age, sometimes up to 8 hours a day. The internet knows a huge amount about us, which is why we should care about our online data. Use Surfshark to encrypt your personal information and send it via a secure VPN tunnel so that no one can see it without your permission, which is great for protecting things like your ID. ID theft is an increasingly common and scary crime. We all know this. You can use Surfshark and its HackLock system to get alerts anytime your email address or passwords are compromised. HackLock scans various databases of leaked information and notifies its users if their data is found, so that they can take action. Click on the link in the description or go to surfshark.deals/SimonDan to get a whopping 83% off and then 3 months extra free. Right, back to the latest video where we are once again taking our hot dog of debate and sliding it into our bun of opinion that is the SimonDan comment section. That one was awful, wasn't it? We kick off this month's comment video with a comment from Boston Blunt, who says, Simon Dan sits in the corner while his wife receives pleasure from reality. That seems like a very specific insult, Boston Blunt. Are you sure you're okay? Possibly says more about you than it does me. I wonder who this reality guy is as well. Right, next up is Mike Hoy, who has this to say. You'll be judged by the very God you don't believe in. I feel sorry for you. The very God I don't believe in, hey? Well, let's hope that he or she is in a good mood that day. Maybe I can bribe them. Oh, that's right, I don't believe in them, so I don't have to spend my whole life worrying about it. Cheers. Right, next up we have good old Buffalo King, who says, Simon Clown. Good one. Definitely not heard that one before, matey. Maybe I really should start collecting all these different play on my names. Right, moving on, our next commenter is Itachi Decodes, who has this to say. Seaman Dan is too busy stroking his cat and worshipping the NHIS, or whatever those losers call their medical gods over there. The NHS is a flipping institution. Whatever people may think of it, I owe the NHS everything. This comment reeks of jealousy. Everyone seems to want to stroke my cat, it appears. Next up we have, it's Itachi Decodes again. Come on then, matey, what do you got this time? Simon Clown couldn't beat his cat in a debate. He's one of those mindless lemmings that regurgitate mainstream media, clinically brain dead. Actually, I could beat my cat in a debate on pretty much anything except the advantages of licking yourself. Anyway, this Itachi person appears to be one of the Gematria Zax Hubbard's minions. Still waiting for him to accept that debate, by the way. Our next comment comes from someone who messaged me on Instagram about the debate I just mentioned. Let's have a look. Conspiracy cats, out of whose arsehole did you conjure this idiot with no following to guide to fight your battles? Really? Simon Dan, you disappoint me. Funnily enough, I used to watch your videos every once in a while to see some flat earthers get dunked on. Now I see you're not so different to them. Maybe stick to flat earthers instead of belittling someone's work and not even having the balls to debate. Pathetic. Well, I did offer to debate Zach eventually, but he doesn't seem to want to do it on any other channel except mine. I informed him that it wouldn't be fair to do so and suggested Cat's channel instead, but he refused. Right, next up we have Frankie Tyndall, who says, don't have time, watch 13 min of your nonsense because presentation of globe in the background is not valid. Earth picture is composite image equals kind of art, nothing real. If you try say about David Weiss, he delusional. Who are you then? Show real photos of Earth. Sure, you don't have it because don't exist. Why? You cannot see all Earth even from under 75 miles where dome is. That why you use art instead of facts. You may don't even know that important detail. You not a Simon, you pseudo Simon. Wow, Frankie, why would you not check that comment before posting it, Frankie? Unless, of course, you don't have the ability to check for the many, many mistakes that were in there. And you want to lecture me on the shape of the Earth? Good one. And David Weiss isn't delusional. He's just confused. Okay, moving on, we have Chris Money, who has this to say. Simon Dan, the type of individual to ask for 10 boosters on the same day and then go wear 3 masks inside the safety of his own car. Yeah, Chris, because that would make total sense, wouldn't it? Total sense. Honestly, this flippant attitude doesn't help your cause at all. It just shows that... What's that? Oh, Mikey, for Pete's sake, really? On a live stream? No shame at all, no shame. He's still going. Where was I? Oh yeah, Chris Money. The type of individual who thinks urine therapy works? Next up we have Marcus Harmon, who said, I love how deluded this guy Simon Dan is trying to debunk high IQ flat earthers. It's just crazy. High IQ flat earthers is the most oxymoronic phrase I've ever heard. No more required here, I think. Next up we have Sebastian Ruland, who has this to say. Why don't you put a real photo of Earth at your background? Oh yeah, I forgot there is none. Okay, this may not be a real photo of Earth, but equally it may be. But I'll tell you what is. This is a real photo of Earth, before CGI was even a thing. Now what can you say to that? Next up is someone called Rose, who says, that's the problem with people like you. You criticise what you don't know, what you never learned and never practiced. Lol. Who told you that astrology is what you said? Some BS horoscope magazines or some crappy one-size-fits-all videos and articles all over the internet? If you want to seriously criticise something, you need to know it in depth in order to see the real flaws, not propaganda you were told. Many decades ago, a computer engineer that thought just like you started to study astrology to disprove it. Guess what? When he learned the real thing, he became an astrologer himself. His name is Hank Friedman, and his video on that is here in YouTube. Hank Friedman, hey? Okay, I'll give it a chance. I will check this Frank Heedman and see what he's all about, and give astrology a real chance. And then I'll debunk it. Sound good? Great. Next up is Sebastian Ruland again. What do you got to say this time, buddy? So moon turns exactly that we only see one side? Lol, what a joke, as the whole indoctrinated BS. Is that a joke? I think it makes sense. The moon rotates in exactly the amount of time that it takes to orbit. That's why we only see one face of the moon. It's not hard to imagine. Dear oh dear. Okay, next up to have their say is Cannon Fodder, who says, come on Dan, admit it. You've painted yourself in a corner when trying to prove NASA legit. It's obvious they're either in a zero-G plane or hanging from wires. You gotta be blind not to notice. Yeah, now afraid to backpedal and come clean. I can totally tell by the look in your eyes, but you can't admit it or you lose sponsors and friends. Instead, you come up with these ridiculous, drawn-out, complicated explanations to try and save those astronauts that are embarrassing themselves with every screw-up, instead of just seeing the obvious, simple deduction. They're full of doo-doo and doo-doo voodoo. By the way, you always bust on LEO, but I think you might be the same person. Proof? You both keep saying dear oh dear all the time. Ha! Well, I'm definitely not the same person as LEO. Have you heard him laugh? I run ultras for Pete's sake. Anyway, how about this for simplicity? It's a 50-minute, uncut tour of the ISS, where the astronaut moves through multiple access ways and holes. Can't be zero-G plane and can't be wires. Next excuse? Right, next up we have Adam Steve, who says, so Simon Dan, when are we going to get a correction to this so-called fairy tale? Now you have opened the bag of worms and it's obviously 100% a self-evident truth that the chemtrail thing is not a secret. And now I think you know it's happening, you're just trying to keep it hushed up and being part of the problem. No correction required. Chemtrails are still not a thing. Ah, Lisa Price was wondering when you'd show up. These are the best reaction videos I've seen in a while. The stuff this pelican mentions from 7 years ago is astonishing. Hope he sells enough merch to keep his app and family going. This is heart-wrenching stuff, yokes. Are you okay, Lisa? Are you sure you've commented on the correct video here? I do worry about you sometimes. Now our next comment comes from good old Stanley Dent, who says this. Another terrible video. Why again does the world need a flat earth debunking channel? Why can't the alleged truth of the spinning globe stand on its own merits? Why does it need help from channels like Fradman Dan and others? Because of all the other channels out there that think they are woke and that they are truth seekers and they are exposing the lies. That's why. Because some people out there may not be, through no fault of their own, educated enough to understand that these channels are chatting utter bullshit. Sorry everyone. Our penultimate comment comes from Mel Jones, who says, Sci-Fi Dan wants friends so bad he devoted his life to poking fun of those he considers less intelligent than himself. Now he thanks his followers who get off on doing the same thing are his actual friends. That's so sad. Ah, Mel, whilst I've not met many of my subscribers, I don't think it would be a stretch to consider some of them my friends. What a sad life you must lead, Mel. Ah, they want the last word as well. Go on then, Mel. Where is a single video of an astronaut leaving the space station to go into space? I'll wait. Again, still waiting for the answer to my first question, Professor Dan. Oh, you mean like this one? Thanks, Mel. What a wonderful way to end this month's comment video. But for now, we are all done and dusted. Thank you so much for watching today. It truly is appreciated. If you enjoyed this sort of stuff with the comments videos, there are so many more on the channel. They're listed in the playlist, funny comments. Go and check them out. And if you really enjoyed it, please do consider subscribing to the channel as well. We are now almost at 450,000, so we've got 50,000 to go to get to the magic 500,000. And of course, if you really enjoyed it today, hit that like button as well. Just enough time to once again thank Surfshark VPN for sponsoring today. Remember, visit surfshark.deal/SimonDan to get a whopping 83% off and 3 months extra free. I've been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great week, and I'll see you on Friday for Flat Earth Fail Compilation 36. See you then.